Behind my smiles lies a heart that has endured so much sadness and pain. Despite this, I always manage to look at life on the brighter side. Hi, and welcome. Now, have you ever sat down and thought about how life tends to hit you with all the scenarios? How you try to deal with things and they always end up missing them even more. Well, I found myself in those situations as well. I found myself in situations whereby you deal with one demon, another one rises up. You cut that head, another one rises up. It's like you're dealing with a tree that every time you cut it, it keeps on sprouting. And I know that we've all had our share, or rather our fair share, of situations like that. So how do you deal with them? How do you overcome them? How do you manage to put yourself out there and grow and push on and say that, hey, I have to keep on doing this, you know? I want to give you a story about myself. When I was growing up, I was a very timid kid. Not a lot of people know this because many people who meet me today, they don't believe I, Tash Mwenda Mutunga, was a very timid kid at some point in my life, but I was. I was timid, I was shy, but above all, I feared meeting people and talking to people. I really did. I couldn't hold a conversation for more than 5 minutes without looking down or trying to find ways to escape the interactions. But then I remember there's one day that I was at a school function, or rather there was a school function, and one of my teachers insisted that I had to be the MC. Introduce people, introduce categories, whatever they were doing. And I remember telling him that I can't do this. Like, this is not me. I am not built for this. And he told me, Tash, you have a very nice voice. You have a very powerful voice. You have a voice that people can listen to, a voice that you can command and actually get a reaction from people. And he said, try this once. And if it doesn't work, and if you feel that it's not for you, then don't do it again. Don't ever try it again. And he told me, for you to overcome your fear of talking to people, if you need a distraction, you can always dig your nails into your palms. And I remember that is what I did. And the function went well. At first it was very awkward for me and for everyone who was around, don't get me wrong. But it went well. And I remember telling myself like, hey, you know, I got this. I can do this. I was scared. My heart was beating fast. Everything was just running haywire. But I'm telling you, it was the best feeling that I ever had. And so later on, he came to me and he told me, I'm going to give you an exercise to do in order for you to overcome your stage of, or rather your fright of talking to people and being on stage. And he told me, every morning when you wake up, go to the mirror and talk to yourself. Talk to yourself when nobody's watching. Talk to yourself when nobody's listening. And tell yourselves the kind of things that you would want someone else to tell you, or rather the kind of things that you would like to hear. And at first it was a very awkward scenario for me to do, because you can imagine being in the mirror and speaking to yourself and trying to overcome a stage fright, or rather the shyness of being in front of people. And with time, it grew my confidence. With time, it helped me realize that I have a gift in me that I can share with the world. And this is not one of those things that you wake up and you decide that, hey, I'm gonna do this. No, it's something that has been inborn in me from a very long time. And I remember by the time I was getting up my first gig and going on stage and actually emceeing for an event, I was very good at it. And my stage fright has gone, or rather had gone. I was talking fluently, and it gave me the confidence to even stand in front of the stage and actually model. I was a model at some point in my life. So what I'm trying to say is, we all have our fears. We all have our struggles. We all have things that we are dealing with that are way beyond anyone's imagination. But all it takes is for one person to believe in you, for one person to see that uniqueness that you have. And it makes a whole difference. It changes your life in so many ways that you can't even imagine would have been possible. It resonates with you, it grows you, it motivates you to even do the impossible, or rather the things that you thought were impossible for you to do. Today I'm a very well-spoken person. I can be in a room with 10,000 or 5 people, or even one person, and hold a conversation and actually talk to them because one person believed in my abilities and saw what I could achieve and saw how great this could be, not only for me, but for the people who I was gonna be talking to and I was gonna be speaking to. And it has been my life mission to help people, to help them grow, to help them see themselves for who they are, to actually help them believe in themselves and what they can achieve and how much potential they have and how much greatness they have in them. And if I can do that for just one person, I don't even need to do it for 10 people. I don't even need to do it for 1,000 people. If I can do that for just one person, then that's all that matters. Because it takes one person, just one, to change your perception about things, to see yourself in a new light, to love yourself for who you are, not what other people keep saying and want you to be, but for who you are, for what you want to achieve, for how you want to achieve things and how you want to live life. Because trust you me, there's no redo. You have to get it right. You have to do things that make you happy. You have to do things that resonate with you. You have to do things that work for you. Don't get me wrong. Be aware of other people's feelings, because you don't want to go ahead and actually step on people's toes or live recklessly simply because you want to do you. But you need to live unapologetically. You need to realize the power that you have in you. The mightiness and the greatness that is in you that has so much potential that actually it scares you to some extent. It scares you so much that you want to run away, that you want to hide yourself and say, hey, this light is too much. But like I always tell people, whatever scares you, that thing that scares you, that thing that makes you want to think twice or thrice or say, I can do this, that is the thing that you should run to. That is the very thing that you need to do. So, that's all I had for you today. I wanted to introduce myself and for you guys to get to know me a little bit. But as time goes on, we shall continue to having these discussions. We shall continue to having these candid conversations. Thank you for watching and thank you for your time. My name is Tash Mutunga and I hope to see you on the next episode. Have a good one.